everyone, and welcome to another HubNotes. This is kind of just a bit of a housekeeping thing, lots of event news and just a bit about what's been going on. Obviously we haven't had an update on the main channel fleet-wise for a couple of weeks because we've been on holiday. We went to Mallorca, we had an amazing time. We hired a Ford Mustang EcoBoost at one point, and while I didn't record any footage at the time, on this HubNotes channel I'm probably going to do a bit of a talk through about what it was like with some photos, etc., because it was a special day for the boy, so I didn't want to impact his day by getting the camera out and doing some recording. His sister recorded a little bit of us going around some hairpins, which was fun, but yeah, we'll try and get all that in a future video. But yeah, it was a much needed break, and the longest break I've had on the channel pretty much ever, I think. I couldn't keep myself away from the comments, but I did keep a little eye on them, but I tried not to interact with them too much. It's just basically checking there's nothing horrible, and thankfully there wasn't, although I need to thank Leanne at Whiteland Restorations and David Indecisive Auto. They both kept an eye on the comments for me as well, so huge thanks to them. It took a bit of pressure off the mind knowing that the dreaded spam bots were being dealt with while I was away. But yeah, feeling refreshed and ready to go. I haven't got much time today because this morning I've mostly been recording the start of this week's fleet update and the Jackery integration. Doing some interesting stuff with the unit for a future video. So that's what I've been about this morning. I haven't got much time because I've got to take Miss Hubnut's parents back to the airport, heading over to Cardiff, which has the most baffling drop-off points and pick-up points ever. And yeah, the insanity of being charged for going to an airport that's absolutely in the middle of nowhere. I don't understand it. That's a rant for another day. But I'm going to use Betty for that. Picked him up in Bella de Belingo, who's been superb as our family transport to the airport. So we went all the way to Stansted. I'm not going to ask why, it's just where we ended up. So that happened. The Hublets are now down in Kent with their dad. And yeah, after I drop Miss Hubnut's parents off, it's just me and the dog and a very hard-working Miss Hubnut. For a few weeks, although we've got lots of running ranks. We've got exam results, very important GCSE and A-level exam results, so there'll be a fair bit of ferrying about over the summer. It's going to be a very busy time, but I'm going to try and cram in as many road tests as I can and a few show appearances. I will not be at Festival of the Unexceptional this weekend, sadly. Just can't make that one work. The distance involved, it just doesn't really make it work. So I'm probably going to try and catch some more local events. The weather forecast not brilliant, but I'll see what I can do. There's a few options floating about. We'll see what we can do there. Gwilly Railway are doing something, and I've never been to Gwilly Railway or their meet, so I might head down to that. That might be something a bit different. It's also Cardigan Classic Car Show, but we've done that a couple of years on the trot. I haven't really got anything that fits the ethos of the show on the road at the moment. Last year we took and Desmond, who was fresh to the fleet, but yeah, I'm a bit short of working old cars. Ellie is still at Sparrow Automotive at the moment, hoping to pick her up at some point fairly soon, but trying to tie that in with doing road tests as well. So yeah, the spinning plates all over the place, trying to keep on top of everything. But yeah, that's what's going to happen this weekend. I'll be at one of those two shows, I should think. But more importantly, obviously we've got Rustival on the 30th of August at the British Motor Museum. Tickets are selling out fast, so if you want to join us at Rustival, myself, Matt, Furious Driving, Steph, iDriver Classic, and of course Miss Hubnut, she's managed to wangle some time off work to be there. That will be Rustival at the British Motor Museum, that's in Gaydon, Warwickshire, on the 30th of August. You need to buy your tickets from the British Motor Museum website, and that's all you have to do. Buy your tickets, turn up on the day. There's no registering cars or anything like that. We're just leaving it open this year, so you just turn up when you turn up and we'll park you where there is space. Bit of a different feel to it, but again, we're going to have some lovely guests. I'm hoping to get the guests announced soon. I've got a lot of work to do with that as well. Crazy time. Don't organise events, folks. It's loads of work. So yeah, I've got the guests all lined up now, so we're going to start announcing those. Some of you will have seen before, some maybe not. So hoping to get the museum involved again as well. It should be good times. Danny Hopkins, the editor of Practical Classics, is going to be our MC again. He does a great job chatting to the guests all day. And yeah, on our little stage, it should be absolutely brilliant. So that is Rustival. That is on the 30th of August. The weekend after that, Danny and I will be reunited at the Haynes Motor Museum in Somerset near Yeovil for the it's the John Haynes Classic. And they're also going to have some guests. The guest list includes Ed China, impressively. Maybe I should take some orange gloves. John Bentley, former of the Gadget Show and Fifth Gear. He's a top chap, really into his cars. Ralph Hosier, who is someone I used to work with on Classic Car Weekly. He's going to be joining us there. And Jack number 27 is another of the guests. And there's a few more as well. So that promises to be a really good event. We're going to be chatting on stage. We're going to have a merch stand. We've got lots of clearance items. So there will be bargains to be had at both Rustival and the John Haynes Classic. So the John Haynes Classic is on the 7th, Sunday the 7th of September, whereas Rustival is on Saturday the 30th of August. So 1 week apart. And yeah, I'll be at both with a merch stand with some bargains. We're clearing out some of the stock, but obviously we're still holding from when we were doing the merchandise sales ourselves. We're now using Fourth Wall. Thanks for feedback if you've given it on any of the items. It really helps us. But that's a real stress off my mind, is just having all that merchandise is just happening somewhere else. Someone else is now handling all that and we're not having to worry about it. But we have still got quite a bit of stuff left over. We're going to be doing some clearance prices at both those shows. So be very good to see you there if you can make it. And yeah, generally just trying to settle back into it. I really need to sort some stuff out with the fleet generally. We've got too many projects that are a bit stuck. I think we need a bit of a refresh. I think some cars are going to have to go. So let's see if we can actually make that happen in the coming months. Just need a bit of prioritise really. We've ended up with too many keepers. I think I've mentioned this a few times, and you can't have this many keepers. What you like is new cars coming in, and because effectively it's like a longer test drive, isn't it? You get a much better feel for a car if you keep it for a certain amount of time than you do one quick test. Certainly my experience with the Renault Valsatis pairing has been very different to when I had the singular drive of it. I would really like to repeat the process with a Renault Avantime at some point, I think. But yeah, we're always casting about for ideas. But simple fact is, we can't have more cars coming in while we've got this many cars. So I think some hard decisions need to be made. And I think sometimes you have to be glad you owned a car. Like Giselle. Giselle was the perfect example, and Foxanne to a certain extent. Cars I've always been intrigued about, always been fascinated by. I bought them. In the case of Foxanne, got Foxanne back on the road somehow. Still not entirely sure how. Giselle came to us in much better condition generally, and we just carried out some improvements along the way. But yeah, I don't regret selling either of those. I know some people grumble about both of them, but Giselle especially is so much better now. Foxanne is still rumoured to possibly be becoming electric at some point, in a project I had in my mind many years ago. But the current owner, Nino, is a bit like me and has a few other projects going on as well, some very nice projects, including a Reliant Scimitar. So how's that for a contrast to the Reliant Fox? So yeah, I know people spy on Foxanne and see her about, and that's great. But yeah, with both of those, I'm very glad I own them. No regrets about buying them, but also no regrets about selling them. It was just the right time. And I think some hard decisions need to be made about other vehicles on the fleet, because even if I sell them tomorrow, I won't lose the memories I have with those cars. And I think that's important. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not fortunate enough to have really dry, perfect storage in which to keep the vehicles. So I think that there has to come a point where you go, if I'm not using it, it's got to go. So we'll see what happens. Potential for upset there, but it's just simple economics. I can't keep everything. You guys like the churn, you love the collection capers, and the only way to do that is to clear some cars so I've got space. I mean, when you start adding up the road tax and the insurance, it just gets absolutely ridiculous, especially as this little car is surprisingly expensive to insure. Although some people might be jealous of the fact it's still under 500 quid, even though we've got an inexperienced driver on it in the form of Miss HubNotes. She's still only got a year and a bit of driving experience. Not that you'd believe it if you actually saw her driving. But yeah, that's where we are really. I just thought I'd give you a little HubNotes, bit of an update. There will be more content coming. We're going to get back into the road tests. But yeah, kind of need the weather to improve. It's absolutely dismal today. Good to be back from sunny old Spain. So yeah, thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.